Hector Hugh Munro, better known by the pen name H. H. Munro or by the pen name Saki, is a very famous British writer. His stories are mischievous, funny, witty. It usually satirizes the Edwardian society. So he usually makes fun of the people, their ways, etc. This story, The Open Window, written by Saki, tells us about a girl who is very interested in making up stories. And she made up a story by keeping the highlight as the window of a house, the open window of a house. And that is why the story is named The Open Window. What story did she make up? And with whom did she make up that story? Whom did she play trick on? Let us find out from the story, The Open Window. Frampton Nuttall was a man who lived in the city. His sister had lived in the countryside for many years, but she had returned to city for 4 years now. So now, when Mr. Frampton Nuttall, he had some nerve problems, he thought of retiring in a country. So he decided to go to the place where his sister had stayed some 4 years back. So his sister, she gave some names, some addresses of people whom he could meet and make friends with. One such lady was Mrs. Sappleton. Frampton Nuttall went to meet Mrs. Sappleton. Mrs. Sappleton was upstairs when Frampton Nuttall went to her home. Frampton Nuttall was waiting in the study. At that time, Mrs. Sappleton's niece just came there to engage him with. She asked about whether he knew about the people in that countryside. He said no. And just then she told that, "You don't know the tragedy that happened to my aunt?" He said no. What tragedy had happened? Then Vera, that is the name of the niece, she told that 3 years before, her aunts, that is Mrs. Sappleton's husband, her two brothers, and a spaniel, they had gone for hunting in the month of October. They had gone for hunting and they just got drowned in a bog. Their bodies were not recovered. So there was an open window through which these people after hunting usually get to enter the house, and that window was kept open. So Vera said that my aunt believes that they would enter through the window just like every other day they used to 4 years back. Now this man got a little tensed, he was a little shivering. At that time Mrs. Sappleton came, and she as usually talked about her husband and her brothers. They have gone for hunting, they will return from the window. You don't mind, the window is open in this time because they will enter through this window, that is why the window is kept open. So now Frampton Nuttall started talking about his illnesses, why he has been there, all such things. And suddenly Mrs. Sappleton, she said, "Wow, they are here, see how they have come back." And all of them, they were coming back. He just turned to have a look at them, and he just looked at the niece who was sitting there, and then the niece had an expression of horror in her eyes. And Frampton Nuttall, he could not stand by because he felt that they were the ghost of those people who have been dead 4 years back. They are coming. And he just grabbed his stick and his hat and he ran away from that place. While running, he just missed a collision with a cyclist. And then when Mr. Sappleton entered and he asked, who was that guy who went away from here in such a hurry? So Mrs. Sappleton said, "I don't know who that guy is. He is Frampton Nuttall, one sort of Nuttall, but I don't know why he ran away like that without any goodbye or something. I don't know why he was only talking about his illness." That is what Mrs. Sappleton told. So do you know what the niece told them? "I think he was afraid of that dog, the spaniel. because he had told me a story about how he was once chased by the dogs and he fell into a newly dug grave near the Ganges, and all the dogs were standing around that grave and barking at him. So just imagine the plight of such a man who had seen the spaniel. Now maybe he had run away. He had run away seeing the spaniel. So see, did Frampton Nuttall say any such story to Vera? No. So you must understand that Mrs. Sappleton's husband and brothers had not died. They had just gone as usual for hunting. But with the time that she got, the niece, that is Vera, she had made up a story of how they have gone 4 years back and how they got drowned. Really, they have not got drowned, but she made up a story. She knew the time when they will return and she just wanted to have some fun with the man. And see, after that, when he ran out, how did she make up the story? She said that maybe he had run out because he had seen the spaniel. He had had an experience earlier near the Ganges when the dogs chased and he fell into the freshly or newly dug grave. Okay, so that is how she is so quick in making up stories. So the open window that actually becomes a very important part in the story, because it was through the open window that the niece says that the people came in after they went for hunting. When they returned from hunting, they used to come in through the open window, and this man was sitting near the open window. He has to turn back and look what was happening outside the window. So just that is why the girl could make up his story and make him feel afraid. Hope you understood the story, children. Thank you.